The Doshas, Part 3 of 3, Hooking into the Rhythm of the Day. The 3 doshas are energies that manifest throughout the rhythm of the day, as well as in our minds and bodies. When we start following this universal rhythm, we're practicing dinacharya. Simple practices can help us catch the day's rhythms, setting us up for optimal success and bringing greater ease. Tick-tock. Each dosha reigns twice during a 24-hour cycle. For example, Pitta rules the hours of 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. and the hours of 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. Pitta dosha is the element of fire and water, but mostly fire, which has a transformational quality. So Pitta rules digestion, but not just food. Emotions, experiences, and thoughts are all processed during Pitta time. Here's a tip for optimizing Pitta time. Being in bed by 10 p.m. helps our bodies to create more melatonin. And this creates an endocrinological rinse cycle cascade for the brain and body between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. So when we have a significant melatonin production, we end up accessing a lot more hormonal activation that leads us to process our experiences throughout the day and our emotions, leaving us clearer for the day ahead. It also just gives us better rest. Vata. Vata rules elimination in the nervous system. It's air and ether element. Choosing stillness during Vata time, for example, sitting in meditation, is a soothing investment for your mind and body. The energy in the early part of your day is before you take in anything else, coffee, tea, whatever, or food, you start your day off with a mug of warm water, or hot water if that feels good to drink, and maybe even more than one in order to stimulate a bowel movement. So if we can start the day off with a bowel movement, we're clearer for the day ahead. This is something you might try a handful of days in a row, because oftentimes it doesn't click right away or work right away, but does work over time. Kapha. Kapha is the element of earth and water. Kapha time happens between 6 a.m. and 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. and 10 p.m. So in the evening, many of us are tempted to get just a little more done during Kapha time. However, Kapha energy doesn't lend itself to productivity. So figuring out another time to get that stuff done, spoiler alert, early in the day, may ultimately help you feel more rhythmic and more accomplished and allow you to access the sweetness, the slowness, and the connection with self and others that Kapha lends itself to. So when we respect the nature of Kapha time and we use the hours from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m., at least some of the time, for slowing down, settling, connecting, and taking it easy, we will wake up more easily. An exercise for Kapha time. How much wind down time do you need? Subtract how much time you need to wind down. Maybe it's half an hour or 45 minutes. Subtract that from your ideal bedtime and then set an alarm so that you remember to slow down and actually use that wind down time. Enjoy cozy time with yourself, with family, a furry friend, open a book, do a puzzle, maybe stay away from screens, that's ideal. Just take the Kapha time to the extent that you can and let yourself settle and slow down. So here we are back at the Ayurvedic clock, just to give you a sense of the whole clock. So Kapha time starts at 6 and goes till 10. Pitta time goes from 10 to 2, and Vata time from 2 to 6. So if this is inspiring you to switch up your rituals, I would suggest starting with just one of these tips. So for Pitta time, that's exploring being in bed by 10 o'clock. For Vata time, it's either sitting in meditation when you wake up, even for 5 minutes, or trying that glass of hot water when you wake to see if you can stimulate a bowel movement. And then for Kapha, the habit or the ritual is to set an alarm for when your wind down time starts so that you can be in integrity and allow yourself the wind down that you need in order to get the sleep that you deserve. So consider each of these, and if you are inspired, I encourage you to try one and try it for a week or 5 days and just see how you feel. And I would say start with the one that feels easiest to access if you're not doing it already. And remember, no matter where you start, you can gain momentum and keep connecting deeper with dinacharya. Thanks for listening.